Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Mimi Dollars Collection. So today we are making a round rough beaded bag. It's round but the sides of the bag is rough. So guys, please kindly subscribe to this channel, like and share this video, and please turn on your notification bell button. So materials used, we are using our clear sugar beads, okay, in 10 millimeters. Our fishing line is 0.7 and our scissors for cutting. So we are starting with 6 beads, and then we are going to move on to 5 beads and then 4 beads. Several times we'll be using 4 beads, and then we are going to end up with 3 beads. Okay, so I'm going to add all my 6 beads to my fishing line. So I've added all my 6 beads. I'm going to pick up the last bead and I'm going to cross it over. I'll cross it over. Make sure the ends of your fishing lines are equal so that you don't waste your fishing lines. Then I pull it out. We have 6 rings, okay. So on my right fishing line, I'm going to add 5 beads. My 5 beads on my right fishing line. I'll pick up the last bead and I'm going to cross it over and pull. So we have the second ring. Now our front fishing line is going into the next 1 bead in front, like so. Into the next 1 bead in front, we have our fishing lines in 2 beads, okay. Now on my right fishing line, I'll keep adding 4 beads, okay. I'll add 4 beads and I'm going to cross with the 4th bead. So I'll pull it. That's the 3rd ring. My front fishing line will go into the next 1 bead in front. And on my right fishing line, I'll keep adding 4 beads, okay. I'll add 4 beads and then I'm going to pick up the last bead and cross. So your front fishing line or the left fishing line will keep going into the next 1 bead in front, whilst on the back fishing line or the right fishing line, I'll keep adding 4 beads, okay. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So we are going into the next 1 bead in front, and on my right fishing line, I'll add my 4 beads, pick up the last bead and cross, okay. I'll cross it over and I'm just going to continue to weave it like that. You go through 1 bead while you are adding 4 beads. So we are at the end and we have 6 rings of 6 is left with the last ring to make 7. So my front fishing line will go into the last 2 beads, into the last bead on the roll and into the last bead on the side, okay. So I'm going into this last bead and I'm going to connect it into the side bead. So my fishing line is in 3 beads. Therefore, we are going to add 3 beads to the right fishing line to complete the ring of 6. So we'll have 7 rings of 6, okay. I'm crossing with the 3rd bead and I'll pull it out. So this is what your shape should look like. Moving on, my front fishing line, I'm going to insert it into the next 1 bead in front. So we are moving to the stage 2, okay, into the next 1 bead in front. So I want you to take note of something, okay. So my fishing line is in 2 beads, but I want you to take note of the edge beads, okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So we have 6 edge beads. Please take note of them. So I'm on the V side, the deeper side. Okay, you can call them edge bead or pointed beads. So we are going to start with 4. We'll move to 3 beads. We'll use 3 beads several times and then we'll end with 2 beads, okay. So on my right fishing line, I'm going to add all my 4 beads to my right fishing line. I'll pick up the last bead and cross it over, okay. I'll cross. Now we are going into the edge bead, the first edge bead, okay, or the pointed end. So we are going to go into that one bead only. So at the pointed ends, you are going through one bead only. And on the right line, we are going to keep adding three beads. We'll pick up the last bead and we are going to cross it over and pull. So we'll pull it, and as you can see, we have 6 ring here and then we have 5 ring here. So my front fishing line will go into the next 2 beads. After the edge bead, we are going into the next 2 beads that are on the deeper side of the shape. Okay, when you go into the next 2 beads, on the right line, you add 3 beads. Okay, so my fishing line is in 3 beads now. We are going to keep adding our 3 beads on the right fishing line. So I'm going to add my 3 beads and I'll cross with the 3rd bead. And then I'll pull it out, okay? So my fishing line is going into the edge bead or the pointed end, okay? Into that one bead only. And on my right fishing line, I'll keep adding my 3 beads. So each time you go into the edge bead, you have a ring of 5, and each time you go into the deeper side, you have a ring of 6. Okay, so all the edge beads will give you 5 ring. As you can see, we have 5 ring there, and then we have 6 in the middle. So we are going to go into these 2 beads that are on the deeper side of the shape. So when you go into these 2 beads on the deeper side, you have 6 ring. So at this point, our rings are supposed to be 5 and 6, okay? So I'm going to add my 3 beads on my right fishing line, and I'm going to cross with the 3rd bead and pull it out. It's another ring of 6. I'll go into the edge bead, and on my right line, I'll keep adding my 3 beads, and there we'll have 5 ring. I'm adding my 3 beads, and I'm going to cross with the 3rd bead and pull. So this is how we are going to be weaving this. I'll go into the next 2 beads, into the edge bead, into the next 2 beads, into the edge bead, into the next 2 beads till I get to the end, okay? So make sure your rings are 5 and 6, okay? So I'm at the end, I'm almost done. As you can see, we have 5 and 6 rings. Alright, so at the end, we have 6 ring on the right, 6 ring on the left. So we are going to go into the last 2 beads, okay? And then we are going to end up with 2 beads because we need to have 5 in the middle, alright? So I'm going into the last 2 beads, into the last bead on the row and into the side bead. And then we are going to close it up with 2 beads to complete this round. This is the 2nd round. We are done with the 2nd round. So everything you see here, you have rings of 5 and 6 all together, okay? Now moving on to the 3rd stage, make sure your fishing line is in 1 bead, alright? 1 bead only. And now we are going to weave a mat. So we are starting with 3 beads and we are going to continue with 2 beads and we'll end up with 1 bead, okay? So I'm just going to shift all of this aside. And then on my right fishing line, I'm starting with 3 beads, okay? I'm going to insert all my 3 beads, pick up the last bead, and then I'll cross We are weaving a mat, a simple beaded mat. So my front fishing line will go into the next one bead in front, into the next one bead in front, and on my back fishing line I'll keep adding two beads, okay? So at this stage we are going to go through one bead while we are adding two beads on the back fishing line, okay? So I'm going into the next one bead, and on the back fishing line I'm going to keep adding my two beads, okay? This is how we are going to weave it till the end. I'll add my two beads and cross with the second bead and pull. All right, so I'll go through one bead throughout, and then we are going to end up with one bead. All right, we'll end up with one bead. So I'm at the end, and this is what the shape looks like. We are going to go into the last bead and into the side bead. So we are going into the last bead on the roll and into the side bead to complete the stage 3. All right. So my fishing line is in 3 beads. Therefore, we need only 1 bead to close this stage up. Okay. So we are done with the stage 3. All right, I'll weave in my leftover fishing line because it's short, okay? So someone asked why I'm wearing gloves, and the person wanted to know if the beads are harmful. Please, beads are not harmful at all. I'm wearing the gloves because I have very sweaty palms, so I can barely handle a fishing line with my bare hands. That is why I wear gloves, and I don't have AC in my room. So maybe in future when I get an AC, I'll start beading with my bare hands. So feel free to bead with your bare hands. Beads are not harmful at all. All right. So that's my challenge. My hands are really sweaty and very wet. So I'm just weaving in my leftover fishing line, and that's it. So moving on, we are going to start with 4 beads, and then we'll continue with 3 beads several times, and then we'll end up with 2 beads, okay? Now with the new fishing line, I'm just going to go into any bead at all. Make sure your fishing line is in 1 bead, okay? 1 bead only. And on my right fishing line, I'm going to add my 4 beads. I'll pick up the last bead and I'm going to cross. So at this 4th stage, we are making only rings of 5, all right? So I'll pull it. We are making rings of 5 throughout this stage. So my front fishing line will go into the next 1 bead in front. So we'll go through one beads all round while adding 3 beads, okay? So my front fishing line will go into the next 1 bead in front. I'm going to go into the next 1 bead in front. And on the back fishing line, I'll keep adding my 3 beads, which will give me rings of 5. So I'll pick up the last bead, which is the 3rd bead, and I'm going to cross it over and pull. So we have the 2nd ring of 5. Can you see that? So we are going to keep weaving like this. My front fishing line would go into the next 1 bead in front. My front fishing line will go into the next 1 bead in front. And on the back fishing line, I'll keep adding my 3 beads. I'll pick up the last bead and I'm going to cross it over like so. So this is what we are going to be doing throughout this stage. All right. So my front fishing line will go into the next 1 bead in front. And then we are going to end up with 2 beads, okay? So keep weaving using that same method. So this is what your shape will look like. All the beads will be joined together at the end, all right? So my front fishing line will go into the last 2 beads. That's the last bead on the roll. Sorry about that, guys. And into the side bead. So I'm going into the side bead. My fishing line is in 3 beads. Okay, and we are making rings of 5, therefore we are going to end up with 2 beads. So on my right fishing line, I'll add my 2 beads and I'm going to cross with the second bead and we are done. All right, I'll cross and pull and we are done. So this is all we need. All right, this is how the sides look like. This is how your shape should look like. Okay, and then make sure your fishing line is in 1 bead, only 1 bead. All right, and then we are going to start weaving a mat because the side of this bag is rough, so we are starting with 3 and we'll continue with 2 beads. You know how we weave our mats. All right, so my right fishing line, I'm going to add my 3 beads. I'm adding my 3 beads and I'm going to cross with the 3rd bead. All right, we are weaving a mat. I'm crossing with the 3rd bead and I'll pull it out. So right now we are making rings of 4. All right, so my front fishing line will go into the next 1 bead. So we'll go through 1 bead while we are adding 2 beads on the back fishing line. Okay, so I'm going into the next 1 bead in front, into the next 1 bead in front, and on my back fishing line I'll keep adding my 2 beads and then I'll cross with the second bead. I'm crossing with the second bead and I'm going to pull it out. Okay, so this is how the mat will look like. So the shape, the side of the bag is rough, so this is how it's going to look like. Okay, so the beads are in and out. It's not straight, you have them in and out. So I'm going into the next 1 bead in front. Sorry about my gloves, guys. I'm going into the next 1 bead in front, and on my back fishing line I'll keep adding my 2 beads. We are making rings of 4. We are weaving a mat. All right, the shape looks somehow, but that's the beauty of the bag. Okay, it's not our regular round beaded bag, so I'm going to continue like that till the end and we'll be weaving 2 times. So I'm almost done and this is how the shape looks like. So I'm going to go into the last bead. We are almost done. And for the mouth opening, I left 7 rings. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I left 7 rings for the mouth opening of the bag. So I'll go into the last bead before the 7th ring. Okay, so I'm going into the last bead. I'm inserting my fishing line into the last bead, and with that same fishing line I'm going to add 2 beads and then I'll cross it over and turn. Okay, so we are doing the reverse. I'm adding my 2 beads, I'll cross with the second bead, and then we are going to make a turn because we want to weave twice on the sides of the bag. So I'm turning and this is how it is. So we are going to weave using the same method. Okay, so we are starting with 3 beads. We'll continue with 2 beads till the end, the normal matting method. Make sure your fishing line is in 1 bead and then weave your mats. Okay, start with 3 beads, continue with 2 beads. All right, you weave till the end. So I'm done and this is how it looks. Can you see the sides are rough? The side is not straight. You have the rough sides of the bag. Okay, this is not our regular beaded bag, and we have 7 rings for the mouth opening. Now moving on, we are going to join the front and the back side of the bag together. This is beautiful. It's a small bag that is so beautiful, so cute. So with a new fishing line, insert it into the first bead on the right side. Pick up 1 bead and insert it into the back fishing line. And then with that same fishing line, go through the first bead on the other side of the bag. Okay, like so. Then pick up 1 bead and cross. So eventually your fishing line should be in the first one beads. Okay, so my right fishing line will go through the next 1 bead on the right side. So I'm inserting my right fishing line into the next 1 bead on the right side of the bag, the left fishing line into the next 1 bead on the left side of the bag. I'll pick up 1 bead and I'm going to cross it over. I'll cross it over and pull. Please make sure you are pulling when you're joining your bag. So we are repeating the same thing. My right fishing line would go into the next 1 bead on the right side of the bag. My left fishing line will go into the next 1 bead on the left side of the bag. And then I'll pick up 1 bead and I'm going to cross. So this is how we join our bead bags. Most of our beaded bags, make sure you pull it very well, and then I'm going to turn and I'll continue to join it all around. Okay, so I'm done joining. As you can see, the sides are rough. This is not the regular smooth sides. Okay, can you see that? So this is not our regular round beaded bag with the smooth sides. Okay, so let's fix the back handle. You can fix any back handle of your choice. So I'm just inserting a couple of pearls and sugar beads into my fishing lines. So I doubled the fishing lines. Okay, I doubled my fishing lines like so. Then I string in some pearls and sugar beads. Fix any back handle of your choice, and I'm going to insert it into this bead in the middle. Okay, so the right fishing line will go towards the left direction and the left fishing line will go towards the right direction. So this is the back handle. Just fix any handle of your choice. It's beautiful. This is a beautiful small bag, and I'm going to weave in my leftover fishing line. So voila, this is our small cutie bag with the rough sides. So guys, thank you for watching. Please do not forget to subscribe, like and share this video, and please turn on your notification bell button. All right, so until I see you in my next video, it's bye.